Welcome back. LC200N here, back again with some knife therapy. And today's knife, I'm pretty excited about. I don't do really many or any fixed blade videos on here. I think I did a fixed blade collection a while back of my small fixed blades collection that I have. But ever since I saw this guy on Instagram, I was infatuated with it. And luckily, I guess being the fanboy I am, after testing this guy out, he said he was going to send me one of these to check out, and I was over the moon. This is the Quiet Carry Current. Now, before I get started, this is, I think, as of now, it's a limited run. I think there's a campaign on Kickstarter. I will find out the details, if so, and I will leave the link to the Kickstarter campaign down below. If I forget, please remind me, because my memory is really bad since my accident. And if my memory served me correctly, this version right here that I'm about to show you, I think it's a $169 pledge. And it comes in this box right here. And it has a spot for the knife, and underneath it has a spot for the kayak sheath. Alrighty, so here's the knife. And I've had so many other blades that I was trying to find, a good EDC size fixed blade for me and an all-around user, because I don't carry a fixed blade that much anymore, because I can't enjoy being out in the woods like I used to be. So usually it's around the house stuff, or sometimes I'll go hunting, but not that often. So more around the house. And I have a couple of blades that I like, but this one checked more boxes. And let's get into it. You see, you got this nice Kydex sheath. As you can see, it even has, I don't know if that's going to show up in my light, but you have the Quiet Carry Q, like laser engraved in there, it looks like. And you got decent thickness Kydex. You do have a drainage hole right there. You have several different attachment lengths for different types of belt clips. This one comes with a Kydex like loop over, which works really well. I like carrying it horizontal carry. That's just my preferred method. Whenever it came to me, I think it came on it in the vertical configuration. And I carried it like that for a day or two, and I had no problems with it. It wasn't digging into my side or anything, but I just prefer it like this or canted. It's just easier for me to get my hands to it. But I like the overall profile. Absolutely no rattle whatsoever. Good retention. And you got your nice little thumb ramp right here. You hear that? Nice positive click. You can throw it across the house like me. So there you go, there's a sheath. And here's the knife, the fixed blade. I have been using this guy. I'm testing it just so I can do I'm gonna do a test video on this guy. I think that's, the best thing. And let's look at it. This is called his Mirror Stone Washed, and it does have a nice reflective finish. It is a kind of a fingerprint magnet, but it does have some splooge on it for me using this guy. I have sharpened this guy once, because I put it through some series of tests, and you'll see it whenever I finish editing up that video. You have this nice big swooping belly right there, nice high flat grind, just a little portion of flat, for anybody with fixed angle sharpening systems. You got this nice wedge right here. You still have a pretty decently robust tip. If you needed to pry, if you had to, or stab actually. Your plunge lines are softened, they're not sharp. This jimping is done pretty well. as you can see, spaced nicely. You do get some good traction from it. It doesn't tear up my finger. Anytime I was doing work, it doesn't tear up the finger, but you do have a good purchase and it's not sliding. Also, you can see they have a nice sharpening notch right here. Well done, love that. You can see they got a nice bevel going up right here and right here for when you're locking your finger in there, it's not cutting up your finger from the edges of the knife. And one star of the show, in my opinion, especially living down here in the South, is the blade steel, LC200N. And I'm not certain yet. I will ask him. But I know this guy right here was heat treated by Peter's Heat Treat. They do some of the best in the game, and it showed from my testing on this guy. And I'm guessing this one's probably done by them as well. I'll have to confirm that. And if so, I'm sure it's going to test excellent. You got some nice G10 handle scales on there, nicely finished. You got it held in by bolts that are, as you can see, flush. God, my camera's going in and out. And the scales are shadow boxed around the full tang blade. As you can see, comes all the way. And it's nicely finished. I think it's because nicely finished. You also have some jimping right here in the front choil area. Some jimping in the back right here where your fingers would land. And I mean, look how deep that choil is, definitely locked in. This knife, and so far, and I haven't done all the tests I normally do with the knives, just mainly cardboard, plastic, a little bit of rope, and some wood shaving. And so far, it did good on most, great on a few things, but I'd call it the jack of all trades, master of none, which is excellent and what I'm looking for in the fixed blade of this size. I will show you some size comparisons and what some of the fixed blades that I was having compete with this guy. You got decently thin blade stock. Let's see if I can give you a measurement on the blade stock right there. 0.117. That's thinner than a lot of production folding knives, so that's awesome. It's not super thin behind the edge, but it's got such a high flat grind on here. It's okay. It still slices nice. 0.32, and that bevel on here is 18 degrees per side bevel that I put on there. I don't know. I don't think I reprofiled it. I think that's about what it was at. I didn't take it to a full mirror. I just, I know I'm going to be using this thing pretty hard. I was just taking it to a nice sharpness, or hair whittling. These scales are softened all around. You have a nice little chamfer going around the edges. I like this little divot right here. I was using it like this with a little pinch area right there. I was cutting some stuff up like that just to see how it felt. And also you can get down to that tip and use that tip. You can also use it as a rocking motion. And I love how that blade sits below the knuckles. You know, you can get pretty far down on a cutting board without banging your knuckles. Another very cool thing, you know, at first glance, you don't see a lanyard hole, do you? No. Bam! I love that. I love when they keep the design clean, don't break up the lines. And there you go. Overall, you know, through like I said, the cutting I've done, it's very comfortable in hand. One thing maybe I would like to see is a little bit thicker scales. That and only whenever, you know, if I were doing a lot of cutting, because you know, with the thicker scales, you tend to have less fatigue in the hand from cutting long term. But like I said, for what I'm going to be using this guy for everyday tasks, you know, And I'm not no woodsman, nothing. And I know this is no bushcraft knife, but it can be used for pretty much everything. I'm going to use it in the kitchen, especially because it's got that LC200N. It may live in my truck a lot of times because I'm always needing a knife or something. I do keep a folder in my center console, but it's always nice to have a fixed blade on you. And I don't want to have nothing ginormous, so the cops usually didn't think I'm a murderer or something. So let's get a few quick size comparisons and some of the knives that, you know, I've been trying to fill this role with. And the first one was this guy. I know a lot of people know this guy. This is the SC Azula. This thing was just not a good slicer. It is now because I reground this guy. But I like how this one's got, you'll see. Hold on. There you go. There's my regrind. And I kind of took it to a polish. As you can see, you have about the exact same handle length. That choil both comes up in that same area. So it feels close to the same in hand, but you have more cutting edge on this guy. Let's see, I don't know, see if I can show you like this. Line up this too. So there you go. You have that much more cutting edge. But they feel pretty similar in hand, except I do like, let me show you this. Zula handles are a little bit thicker, and actually they're not, the scales aren't thicker, the blade stock's thicker, so it fills the hand just a little bit better, but like I said, it's not enough to where I'm gonna carry this guy over this guy. Main reason why I don't carry this one as much, because in the South, this 1095 tends to corrode rather easily, even when I put my EDCI or other, you know, things on it. I do carry this one whenever, sometimes when I go in the woods or something, I'll bring this guy, just make sure I keep it clean, especially now that I got it nice and thin. This guy's an exceptional slicer, but it's still a beefy blade stock. Look, blade stock difference. So there you go. This was number one. And then recently, I got a custom fixed blade made for me. And this is gonna be probably my go-to camp knife whenever I don't have to worry about corrosion because of the blade steel. This guy, I'll do a video on this guy soon, but this is a custom that I got made from a friend of mine on Instagram. But this guy right here was made to my specs, and it's an 80 CRV2, so this is not a stainless steel whatsoever. And like I said, in the South, corrosion is a big issue. Here's another one that I tend to enjoy. This is the LT Wright Patriot. Another one, this one's in D2, close to stainless, but it will corrode. This one is really nice for those fine tasks, like, you know, like whittling, like up close detail work. But the handle is just a little short. I don't know. I got good control, you know, like I said, in those finer tasks or whenever I need to use that tip. But I wish the handle was just a tad bit longer, and this guy would be, you know, a big contender for me with this guy. And I like the leather sheath. Also, he does have a black leather sheath. He's going to be sending me that you can also opt for if you don't like Kydex. And that's about it. I don't need to show all the other fixed blades. Well, I got one more, the Manly Patriot. This is in D2. There you go. This guy's a good bit heavier, a little thinner geometry, but and a longer blade. So this is not really EDC blade for me. All right. Oh, one more thing with this Kydex sheath. You can attach, this is, it's not a Tech-Lock brand, but it's kind of like a Tech-Lock. I'm pretty sure, I don't think I've ever owned a Tech-Lock, but it has all the same things. And this guy does fit, forgot where it fits, but it does fit on here. I don't know what size, what this would be called. And also, what else? I had something else. Oh, and the clip, this guy right here, I'm pretty sure I checked out. Yeah, this Mermit clip would fit as well if you wanted to carry it vertically like that. And I think it might fit like this if you wanted it canted. No, it'd be too canted. So yeah, if you wanted to carry it vertically, you could use this Mermit clip. I do like these clips a lot. So there you go. That is pretty much my first impressions. The next video you'll see on this guy will be probably test footage of this guy, and then maybe some of my final conclusions. But so far, I'm loving it. Quiet carry has been just blowing me away. I mean, I'm a big fan. This is the Chase. This one's in N690. They just came out with a version in 20CV. That's awesome. And this is one of my favorites, the Quiet Carry IQ and L Max. If you hadn't watched my usage video of this guy, you definitely want to check it out. This guy did exceptional. I did this custom two-tone endo on here. And I just like, this is my gentleman's carry that I usually always have in my pocket. Very lightweight. And then this is the first I think I got is the West, I think it is, or Weston. Not sure, but great little slip joint. D2. I did another that pretty much the same endo as I did on that guy. That copper patina kind of look, bronze, green and bronze hues. So there you go. That's my Quiet Carry family. I used to have the Quiet Carry. I can't think. It's the thumb stud version, the frame lock thumb stud version, but I recently sold it because I just wasn't using it. I use this guy a lot more, and these two as well. So there you go. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below, and let me know if there's any certain testing footage I would like to see down in the comment section below, and I'll try to implement it in there if at all possible. Hope everybody's having an absolute wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.